The Last Ride Together by James Kenneth Stephen. And I had firmly answered no, and he allowed that was so. I really thought I should be free for good and all for Mr. B, but he would soberly acquiesce. I said that it would be discreet, that for a while we should not meet. I promised I would always feel a kindly interest in his weal. I thanked him for his amorous zeal. In short, I said all I could, but yes. I said what I am accustomed to act, as I always do. I promised he should find in me a friend, a sister if that might be, but he was still dissatisfied. He certainly was most polite. He said exactly what was right. He acted very properly, except indeed for whispered he, insisting on inviting me to come with him for one more last ride. A little while in doubt I stood. A ride, no doubt, would do me good. I had a habit and a head extremely well worth looking at. Weather was distinctly fine, my horse still wanted exercise, and time when one is riding flies. Besides, it really seemed, you see, the only way of ridding me of pretentious Mr. B. So my head I graciously inclined. I won't say much of what happened next. I own I was extremely vexed. Indeed, I should have been aghast if anyone had seen what passed. But nobody need ever know that. As I leaned forward to stir the fire, he had once before could well reach higher, and I suddenly felt, to my great alarm, the grasp of a warm and licensed arm, an embrace in which I found no charm. I was awfully glad when he let me go. And it began to ride. My steed was afresh, too fresh indeed. At first I thought of little save the way to escape an early grave, as the dust rose up on either side. My stern companion jogged along on a brown old cob, both broad and strong. He looked as he does when he's writing verse, or endeavoring not to swear and curse, or wondering where he has left his purse. Indeed, it was a sombre ride. I spoke of the weather to Mr. B, but he neither listened or spoke to me. I praised his horse, and I smiled the smile which was wont to move him once on a while. I said I was wearing his favourite flowers, but I wasted words on the desert air, for he rode with a fixed and gloomy stare. I wonder what he was thinking about. As I don't read the verse, I shan't find out. It was something subtle and deep, no doubt, a theme to detain a man for hours. There was a corner there, Mr. S, as I nearly inducts me to whisper yes, and here it was that the next but one, proposed on horseback, and would have done, at his horse not most opportunely sheet, which perhaps was due to an unseen flick he received from my lip. 'Twas a scurvy trick, but I never could do with that young man. I hope his present young woman can. Well, I must say, never, since time began, did I go for a duller or longer ride. He never smiles and he never speaks. He might go on like this for weeks. He holds a slightly frenzied eye towards the blue and burning sky, and the cob bounds on the tireless stride. If you aren't at home for lunch at 2, I don't know what Papa will do. But know full well he will say to me, and I've approved of Mr. B. It's the very devil that you and he ride together for ever right.